So we're going to create two buttons, one with the text load interstitial and one with the text interstitial not ready. Let's first look at the layout file where these are defined. So this is going to be in the interstitial activity. So we open the activity underscore interstitial layout file here. Here you can see a linear layout that has two buttons. The first button is our load button. It has the text load interstitial, and when we click on the button, the load interstitial method will be called. The second button is the one showing interstitial not ready, and when this button is called, the show interstitial method will be called. And as you can see, I haven't really hard-coded the text here. These are actually string resources that we'll define in our string resource file. So if we look at the definition of these constants, we go into our strings resource file. The interstitial load constant is set to load interstitial. The interstitial not ready constant is set to interstitial not ready. I've also defined a constant called interstitial loading that I set to loading interstitial. We'll use that later in our code. Here you can also see that we've defined the interstitial add unit ID. This will be the add unit ID that we use for our interstitial add. And as you can see, I've hard-coded it to this string here, which is the string you can use to display test interstitial adds. Similarly to this constant up here, which is the test add unit ID for banner ads. Alright, so now when we have our layout file in order, let's look at the actual code. So we go into the interstitial activity Java file. So first of all, you can see that we've added a member, mShowButton. And in onCreate, we call our parents onCreate. Then we set the content view to the layout file of the interstitial activity, the one we just looked at. We find the button using findViewById, providing the show button in the layout file as an argument. And then we disable this button. When the load interstitial button is clicked, we again disable the show button, and then we change its text to loading interstitial. And as you can see, this text is also something we've defined in our resource file, the interstitial loading resource we just looked at. So we get this string resource using getResources and getString. And for now, the show interstitial callback will be empty. We will add code to this callback later, but as you can see, this callback can't even be called right now, because this button is always disabled.